Hello.
Hello.
Cool. Hello.
Hello.
All right.
Die.
Way to
Alrighty
come
there,
back.
you
I feel like you would
landlubbers
have
and
killed with 2 attacks.
motherfuckers.
I feel like I'd have to restart this.
I know
Wouldn't it
now
be
I'm not
awesome
too
to
late
end
for
it?
this piracy,
Okay.
am I? You people, the crew weren't going to bed now, were they?
Sick.
Dude, we played from like 6 p.m. to 2 a.m.
I accidentally did that with The Last of Us 2 while idling while they played Pirates. I looked over and everyone left the chat and it was 1:30 a.m. and I went, oh no.
I just had to do some dishes before I came for the pirating. Did I not make it? No, I'm kidding.
Dude, you missed it. We literally so we went to some island to do some quests. We couldn't figure out how to do the quest. The island was actually a volcano and erupted. As it erupted, it like killed me as we were trying to sail away. I respawned, and as I respawned on the ship, a megalodon starts chasing us.
Fucking megalodon.
And then as we're running away from the megalodon, I think a pirate crew also comes out. So basically, we were just trying to gun it to the nearest outpost. As we arrive at the outpost, we see that there's an enemy ship, or there's like a player ship docked at the outpost.
Shit.
And so I'm like, we're literally just gonna ram it into the outpost, grab whatever treasure you can, and just book it to sell. And when we arrive at the island, the player is waiting for us, and he's dancing on the beach.
Dude,
And he's like cool with it or whatever, and we're like hanging out with him a little bit, and then we have him ceremonially execute us on his boat.
Okay. Yeah.
And so then we get our boat and we do like a couple quests, and we're sailing around, and we find that guy again. And the guy decides to join our crew. So for the next 2 hours, we sail a galleon with 5 people, with this rando just joining us for
Sick.
shit.
This game is going to provide such social experience.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, then it ended with we had docked at the same port we found him to sell all our loot, and then as we're selling, and the guy's like, "Okay, I have to go," we get fucking surprise attacked by an enemy galleon, and the enemies all they do is run off the boat and swim towards us, yelling "Leroy Jenkins."
Oh my god.
That sounds hot.
Leroy.
Speaking of hot.
Man, I put a hat on a dinosaur.
Dude.
Just me, just
How
something
were you
strange
feeling with
about
that?
this pair.
Within the past couple hours.
Oh, okay. So, have
Alright,
you,
Patrick, you're in this, right?
have you been to
Oh.
the end of the museum?
Oh my god!
Oh no, it's Yukari naked in the
Oh
shower.
no, it's Persona 4.
You hear the sound of me joining the stream?
BD.
It's a love
What the
hotel.
fuck?
So,
Yeah,
pretty good birthday gift, huh?
yeah, man.
What a guy.
Ooh.
Dude, I wish I had a Joel.
Yeah, right.
Dude,
How
I really
interesting.
like how they introduced the swimming mechanic by whoops,
The
just dunking you into the water.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what's that?
That which
Yeah, right.
cannot be felt as merely a dream, the present is all we have.
It's like you never
I'm
swam
very
before that.
angry
Yeah, who
and
cares?
upset.
I raise the fabrication, let your desires free for shackles such as my wish.
Yeah, like
That's something. I can't give
and
it. I'm confused.
the LMAO
Pleasure is what you
Ellie
truly
getting
want. You
push
stand
him
before the
in
right of bliss. You
only
cannot deny your
when
innocence.
only when they have to swim and jump in anyway. I'm very angry and upset. Did you get Joel to say that that dinosaur kind of looks like Tommy?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was fucked up. I was like, wow.
Tommy was getting fucking roasted.
He's like, yeah, in the right light. Tommy.
Tommy.
It's like, did you climb the dinosaur, Matt?
Yes, I did.
Of
On
course.
playthroughs 2 and
Dante, this
3.
game's bugged.
I instinctively, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna touch it.
Lucky motherfucker. So I tried also for the purpose of a how I shouldn't have ended death video to like fall off the dinosaur the runway and die, but she automatically jumps into the water and can't kill herself in front of Joel, unfortunately.
Yeah, I kind of doubt there's a death state in the entire mission.
There isn't.
Good.
Yeah, it'd be really weird if there was.
Dun, 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 dun.
Farquaad, you're going backwards. What the fuck?
Ellie, you created a time paradox.
Farquaad, it loops every time you give the wrong answer. Jesus.
Ellie,
Oh my god.
you're
I want
thin ice here.
that cannot be fucking any dream. Wait, but this is the correct answer. Alright, fine, that's right. Feature. Let your desires be free, such a joy I can give it. It's so tempting, sure.
Fahim,
Yeah.
you have to reject the illusion.
What did they? What did they?
No, I
what
literally
did
rejected it. And
No,
it,
you messed up their last response, and then you keep messing it up.
Look, that
Dude,
which
who
cannot be felt
cares?
is really a dream. The present is all we have. That's right. That's not true. Who cares? That's not true. Future's been a fantasy. Yada yada yada. Let your desires, such as your wish. I can't give in. It's so tempting. I'm so confused. Can't give in. Pleasure is what you truly want. You cannot deny your insect's embrace. I don't know. Now's not the time.
Yeah,
Wow.
What the
your mind
fuck?
is getting cleared because you reject the reality of that it's whispering in your ear.
You know, that was a good process of elimination right there.
Poggers.
So like,
Oh.
what would the what if there were to make a game over screen for that instead of like, looping you back to the island? What would it be?
You just like getting a blowjob.
Yeah, I was
Just-
actually
it would just-
thinking
It would just be the Persona 5 Valentine's POV.
Or just with Yukari. Oh my god. That would be Why didn't they do that?
Oh man, I'm really happy about who you have and as the other two members in your party.
That shot where like you can see like Fuka looking confused kind of with her tongue out is like so funny.
Oh man.
Hey, Junpei, guess what?
Last of Us 2 gets you into a groove. Especially because, like, the different types of gameplay are, like, just fucking incestuously sploshing on top of you at all times.
Yes. And like the encounters are long.
Encounters are long. And, like,
kind of hot how long they are.
they're really long. And they're, like, multifaceted. And there's, like, a good mix of, oh, I'm looting, now I'm fighting, now I'm stealthing, now I'm looting again, or
And,
just
like,
vibing.
And like
Like-
within any of that time, you're like talking for like maybe 70% of it if there's a character with you. Like that shit is so
Uh-huh.
sick. It's so
Like, I was literally, like, upgrading my shotgun when Dina was like, look out, like, wolf dudes. And I'm like, who?
Whoa?
And it's just
that
like,
means
I'll take the
oh.
shotgun, and I'm like, oh, stop.
this would be a good time to test out this shotgun upgrade, wouldn't it? It's so satisfying. So I actually commend you for reaching that specific upgrade bench because that means you swung in and broke glass on Ellie Day 2. Like you
I'm-
solve that puzzle to
Mm.
like break glass and then swing it with the rope, right? On the second floor.
Nah, this is a different thing. I just started Elite Day 2.
Oh, okay. Damn.
I got the shotgun in the bank in the first downtown zone.
If you don't get it there, you have to get it in the TV station.
Oh yeah. As soon as I saw that dead person laying against that door with a
Mhm.
shotgun, I'm like, oh, that's where I would get it if
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, and like clearing the bank is super rewarding for that reason, even though it's the only like hard combat encounter in all of downtown Seattle. Day
Damn,
one.
23.
Not day one, but
Children
like
are
the
in.
open area that they start you in. Which, by the way, pretty interesting to
The
consider
fuck?
starting the game with such a different section,
Mm-hmm.
because like I was convinced that this would be like that Resident Evil style have a map, like go around game for a while.
No, I was treating it like Silent Hill of like, let me go to every single room in this apartment complex type shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so I assume you spent a long time there.
Yeah.
So pretty good cover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that they give you such a nice camera angle of Dina just falling in love with Ellie listening to Take On Me. It's so adorable.
Yeah. They didn't have to put that. They didn't have to like every time Ellie does something like cute, you're like, Joel taught her that.
Yep. That monster man.
This like fucking evil degenerate motherfucker.
And the greatest birthday gift giver.
Yeah.
Most unbelievably kind father.
I even noticed when going through his house the first time, she picks up a pamphlet for like a dinosaur museum and she's like, that was a good day. And I went, who?
Who? Yeah, exactly. That was a good day. Then I'm so happy you noticed that just on your first playthrough. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, man, he had his leads on that birthday gift for a long damn time. Probably followed that pamphlet all the way to the actual location of the museum and then just took Ellie on like a 2-day trek to get there for her birthday. Pog-kun, what?
Okay. Fahim, it's a puzzle. But no, what? Yeah, I'm pretty much just at the start of day 2. Like I left the theater. Stabbed a dog. I was like, oh shit, it's 1:30. Let me not.
Stab dogs so close before bedtime.
Yeah.
I don't know why I had to find out what it sounded like when a dog was lit on fire, but I did. A lot.
I like how they also give that to you as like a major fuck you. Like the game has been doing that a lot. Of you get really comfortable and getting really good at combat encounters,
Mm.
and then they do something that elevates the difficulty, and you're like, or just the complexity,
Yeah,
and you're like, oh no.
they do iterate actually quite nice and slowly. And I think it's such a nice simple system to have different pickups determine what you're able to craft, so you're incentivized at time to try different things. And you have a lot of different
Dude.
spaces to move into.
At first, I was like, man, the revolver is broken because you can just get a damage upgrade for it, so it turns into a shotgun.
Yep, 2-shot kill from the body, of course, 1-shot headshot. Yeah.
And then like, I'm like, why will I ever use the pistol again? And then it's like the pistol gets a silencer, and you're like, oh, I see.
I see. Oh, and yeah, keep on working down any of those 5 tier, 5 level trees, and like suddenly you are actually excited to use different weapons that you're not normally using.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Wait a minute. Even
I'll try not to spoil some of the skills you get, but there is one that I want to say that I find particularly satisfying.
I know there is one that I'm working towards right now that's like faster stealth kills, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah, always good.
oh,
She can just flick out the rest of the throat instead of taking her time cutting it.
yeah.
Yeah. The one that I want to mention is hold breath for steady aim.
Yeah, I saw that
Yeah.
down the list. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Especially if you get like a sniper with a scope. It's
Mhm.
like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good with that, and to make sure that you always land your silent headshot kills if you're using the pistol suppressed or the bow.
like where I left off is literally me picking up the bow,
I'm so
opening up
happy
the
I didn't spoil
garage.
the bow. I was really worried for a second.
Yeah. No, I was super hyped because first she picks up 2 arrows. It's like, just in case. I'm like, bitch, give me that bow right now.
Yeah, where the fuck is it? I know yours coming. I'm checking my corners for it. I'm not missing this bow.
Like 3 like runners later, they're like, here's a bow. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
good.
Coming back to a weapon that like everybody used in The Last of Us 1 so much across both Joel and Ellie. Bow was always there. It was so fun to use too. You saw that nice gravity arc and could just line it up. It's a
And I
little
was just thinking, like, in terms of like weapon variety, of like, the game has been doing this a lot. As soon as I like make a mental comment about something, it goes ahead and switches it on me. Where like I was upgrading like my 4 core weapons of rifle, shotgun, pistol, revolver. I went, man, it's been like a good chunk of gameplay, and I've just had these 4 weapons this entire playthrough.
yeah.
And then as soon as I say that, they're like, here's a bow, and I'm like, word.
Did you check out the house that you pick up the bow in?
Yeah.
Off that stalker guy. So like this Russian dude, right?
Fucking Boris storyline.
Boris.
It's like, homie.
Boris and his daughter, these like champion Russian archers, making it, living in Seattle 20 years after the apocalypse, right? And like the territory just doesn't let them. Wolves are like, nah. Scars are like,
No.
nah. We have to just be at war. And then like that kind of independent survivor,
wow, Akihiko, thanks for telling me the answer.
the same kind of
Did he?
community for
Good
like
for her.
Jackson,
Thank God.
right?
Hey, Fahim.
This reflects our image, thus I don't
Yeah.
break it.
I was gonna, I was gonna tell you because I saw you go up to a mirror without a reflection and then leave the room, and I went, oh,
Well, I didn't know what was like. I thought it was like visually there was something wrong with the mirror.
yeah,
Like, the blood
visually it
is-
doesn't reflect.
Like blood's not coming out of it.
Well,
Oh, this one reflects.
you're like, is it PS2? Oh, okay. No,
Can
there
you
are mirrors
fucking
that
move?
reflect.
I'm surprised they have reflections in this PS2 game.
Yeah, so it should immediately impress you. Wow, there are reflections. So when there's no reflection,
Yeah,
it's like,
you
damn.
must start in a room with reflection. This is such a funny dark hour.
Oh, baby Lou.
I find
Yeah.
a lot of the collectibles really, really satisfying for developing intrigue.
Ooh,
even on the
it
first
identifies.
playthrough, so be sure to take your time and
Not
read.
in this fucking room.
I don't mean the trading cards though. You don't have to read those, even though they are pretty cute.
Yeah. Dude, I don't understand what Shamblers do just because I haven't engaged with them.
That's pretty funny.
And I don't want to ever know, but I know that the game is gonna make me fight Woody eventually.
I'm gonna tell you nothing then.
Yeah, because I'm just like, man, in that same first encounter where like I got surprised while crafting my shotgun and like stabbed one person in the neck as they were walking into the garage I was crafting, and then blew the next person away with that shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Just by virtue of making enough noise, like a group of like fucking zombies burst out of like a like doorway,
Oh
like on the
yeah,
other side of the street.
I know. Where
I'm
that
like, man,
is.
we're really stepping it up here from the first game. We only
Yes.
that's some DLC shit right there in like
Yeah.
first human zone.
I mean, like, compared to the first game, there are so many more mechanics that the game makes it imperative to use. Things like prone
Oh
and
yeah,
sprint and
Fahim.
dodge.
Since you never played the DLC, you never saw the human versus zombies
Mm.
in The Last of Us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't think Naughty Dog was very familiar with how to make the AI, like, balance with humans versus zombies until Left
Mhm.
Behind had it for, like, 2 encounters. But they
What do
were
you
very
mean by
short.
human versus zombies? I've always
Where
fought zombies.
there are only human encounters and then zombie encounters. They never have both of them happen at the same time
Oh.
until the DLC.
Yeah.
And then it's all over The Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
Like I was literally in like a underground area where there are a bunch of clickers show up, but then like a bunch of dudes show up.
The red
So I literally just threw a bottle towards the feet of the enemy soldiers and just had the clickers wipe them out.
and like and they're dead and Ellie's fucking immune, like they are her friend. The clickers
Yeah.
love Ellie.
Or yeah, and then I just like chuck like a Molotov like at the pile as they're just chomping down on fucking human flesh. I'm like, wow, I could have spent like a bunch of bullets and resources and scrapped my way through that fight, or just
Or
one
just
Molotov.
Yeah, just use biology, use the cordyceps virus. Yeah, I love the way they use noise.
that easy.
Yeah.
That easy. Just have other people fight your battles for you.
I was thinking of something. What could it be?
So I've stated now.
Oh, have you, Dante, come to appreciate the ability to squeeze through tight areas really quickly in combat because they are like IKEA level style shortcuts through the levels that you play encounters in?
Yeah, and they'll put them like right next to like a real door.
Yeah. And then
Like
squeeze through
so,
and dodge having to
either
hit the door and get pinned.
mm,
Yeah.
no, I've been like I've been really good about perfect stealthing the zombies, but I love being really scrappy with the people.
Oh yeah, me
Like
too.
stabbing one, like blowing one's face away, and then like sprinting and ducking and like crawling away, and then I'm just hearing everyone go, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Taking hostages is my shit. I fucking love doing that.
And then like again, as soon as like I was really getting to the jam of that, they're like, "Dog," and I'm like, "Fuck you." Man, do you know what's
Remember,
probably really effective?
What?
Causing a bunch of noise and then like crawling through like one area and then just leaving a fucking bomb for the dogs to run into.
Hey, that's some really good conjecture you just made.
I was just like,
That's
huh,
some.
I was just running and then shooting them in the face. But I could probably just bait dogs
I
into
was
fights.
see like the reason I didn't want to say this is because I was like, wait, are bombs a day 2 thing? I'm like, no, they're definitely towards the end of day 1. And
Yeah.
holy shit, they are hilarious. You just leave them around, and eventually some dumb motherfucker stumbles on one. Some other motherfucker has to investigate them, and then like that person is drawn away to something.
Dude, AI
It's
piles are tight as fuck.
yes, they always pile up. When you get that nice like triple Molotov or like double bomb, you're like, yes. Thing is, actually, the smoke bomb is the best thing for triple kills on humans. There's enough time for all of them to get stealth killed from smoke bomb stun.
Hmm.
And I just love the mobility. sprinting anywhere, how that also increases your melee range, so you can kind of play that action game where the dodge button's really overpowered.
No, I like doing the thing of I stab one person out in the open, and they go, "Oh, what the fuck?" And then I sprint up and then just melee like bonk, like drive by, stab them in the face,
Yeah, it's sick because
where they just go, "Oh shit," and their throat is gone.
at
They're
least
like,
ferocious and scrappy.
Lum
You always have that
wow.
knife.
Marrying Karen, my bitch ass.
"Nah, it's the thing about like." Ellie does substantially feel different than Joel just by the virtue that she's like a fucking gremlin.
Yeah, and she can squeeze through places.
And like there's even like an enemy that like said that in like a throwaway line of like dialogue with one of his other buddies. Is like I fucking hate small groups. It's like just these individuals. Like
Yeah.
if it was like a huge squad, they would just like fight normal.
Nope. Yeah.
And the next thing he knows, he has a like fucking switchblade in his throat.
Yeah, man, you were right to hate small groups of small girls.
Yeah. Also, I noticed that other aspect of like I was really trying to think, and I couldn't think of a single moment in the first game where you kill a woman.
Never. Yeah, killing women is
Like,
hardcore.
you see women die vis-a-vis Tess,
Mm.
but you as Joel, I don't think ever kill her or like kill any woman like enemy
Yeah, and when it does
combatant.
happen, it's in cutscene.
hmm
R.I.P. Marlene.
Where it's like very early on from the first human combat encounter, there's just like ladies that you just gore.
Yes. But it's cool because you're doing that as a woman.
Yeah. It's not sexist because
Mhm. It's also so much more believable.
yeah, that like a big scrappy group of survivors wouldn't have like
Mm.
a bunch of different types of people in it.
Yeah, of course. Any faction needs offspring. I don't know how the
Yeah.
hunters made it so long in Last of Us 1. They must just be getting old as fuck.
Yeah, like that's even an example of like I'm thinking about that Philadelphia like truck drive by of like I'm pretty sure like there's a woman in that group that gets like gadded down by the truck.
Oh yeah.
But like Joel's is like no.
Right. That's the Pittsburgh chapter, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Pittsburgh.
And that tank boss battle, that's like 20 minutes of fleeing from it.
Dude, that was just like the helicopter from Uncharted 2, the sequel.
Yeah, it was. It just doesn't go away. Drake has a rivalry with helicopters in Uncharted 2. The train helicopter's 10 minutes, and the urban warfare helicopter is like definitely 15 or 18.
Mm-hmm.
Prone is really fun too, and you get all those like Metal Gear Solid prone shooting animations, whether on the back or from the
Mm-hmm.
front, sideways, leaning. Ugh. It's so immersive to just be like in grass, like moving around like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hardly able to see your shot, but taking it anyway.
Yeah, you're like in the poses from like the like what you say.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It's rolling around on the ground just
Well, well, of course you did.
and then got through what would ostensibly be the demo for Final Fantasy VII Remake. And that is the like opposite game in tone, and I love it. Like it is so loud
Nice.
and so anime.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Like Cloud in his perfectly coiffed hair just being like, ugh, sure, Barrett.
fully voice acted Cloud must be a riot.
Dude, there's just like a moment where like Bear is just ranting about like just the planet bleeds green just like we bleed red. Tell me you look on this and you don't hear the planet cry out in pain. And then like Cloud's just standing there. They're doing this in an elevator. And Cloud is just folding his arms, just going, "You can really hear that?" And Bear goes, "Yeah." You're like, "Yeah, man." Cloud just says, "Get help."
Oh God. That's so
It's just
mean.
like, then you fight a giant scorpion robot.
Hilarious.
And you're just like, man,
I got the sex ghost.
you did
Yeah.
it.
I showed Mary in episode
You
1 of
beat the
Eva
ghost of
today.
teen pregnancy.
Oh yeah, that definitely is what that boss is. Was reminded of Eva from talking about Big Robot, but I have been playing so much Burnout Paradise, which is like just kind of unfortunate given how I definitely was supposed to be playing Forza Horizon 4, but like holy shit, dude, the speed in Paradise is so great. First thing I did though, muted the soundtrack. Best decision.
Word.
Yeah, it was like no fucking chance was I gonna be listening to AC/DC Paradise City for like 5 minutes while the game boots up every single time.
Mm,
That Xbox Spotify app though definitely exists. It's pretty nice.
hell yeah.
Yeah. But also kind of just like focusing in on the muted game on the car engine sounds and the sounds of near misses and traffic and drifting and all that is just really good too.
Mm-hmm.
They do also suspend the soundtrack sometimes when you're like in a jump, so Spotify does not do that. But like the fucking crazy thing about the soundtrack is it's like 200 songs and they're all mediocre. Like I would be skipping through like the Burnouts 1 through 3 soundtrack that Criterion just made up, skipping through the licensed tracks, all like 100 of them. It took me a
Fahim,
long
and you wonder why you can't hang out with your party.
My party are idiots. Everything.
They all hate
everybody-
each other.
Except for Fuka. She's a
Fuka.
good girl.
Fuka, like I say,
She's a friend to everybody.
top 4, baby.
Top 4. Wait, top 4.
She's definitely the fourth, easily the fourth best Persona 3 girl.
Where do you put Yucatan in that list?
Below 4.
It seems trust has grown within your party.
Yeah, that's
I
not
mean-
true.
Akihiko and Mitsuru trust you. It's Revolver, Jesus.
Yo.
Dude, I love these LARPers.
Dude, that one, it's not LARPing. That's just what the 2000s were like.
I've been there twice.
Isn't this one of them highway raves?
Yeah. Dude, if this game was like in fucking like Russia, these guys would be sick.
Yeah. Why does
This
why
was
does
like
Mark
somewhere in the
get so
Eastern
good?
Bloc. These three would be the tightest.
Yeah, you're right. Oh my god. Like
Dude, these guys are great for villains. Like,
in an anime,
if they are villains,
they don't stand out whatsoever. But in actual Russia, they totally do. But you are too exhausted to think about that now. Is the game telling you, think about that now?
think about that, but don't
Should
actually.
I worry about this plot thread? Nah.
So funny.
Yo, free guts.
Is there
Gotcha.
a
This is such a
talking to you
weird
at
thing
night?
where I'm actually excited to get tired.
Why?
Yo, summer vacation.
That means, second best
Hot.
girl's coming.
Hot boy, summer.
Wait, second? No.
Hey, Elizabeth exists. She takes number 1.
You talking about the robot?
Who? No. What robot?
Robot.
Why would there be robot in this high school?
She didn't win the entire Persona fan
Let's-
awards or anything.
Hey,
Finals of
just
no.
because I have a figure of Aegis and Metis up on my shelf does not mean I would also put an Elizabeth there if I could find one.
If I had one.
If I had one.
I failed. It's
Both
over
of them
now.
perform. Man,
That's the first one, right?
what?
This is clearly the first one. Which of these is incorrect?
Which is incorrect.
No,
is
the
question.
incorrect.
Yeah, so.
A semicolon is essentially can take the place of a period, as in separating two independent clauses. The second one is incorrect. That is called a comma splice
Yes.
because you have two independent clauses
They
split
need a
with
word
the
to link them.
comma. You need a word to bridge those two,
Like and.
as in and, but, or, you know.
Yeah.
So sentence splice is incorrect, or comma splice is incorrect.
But why is this? I've never seen this used.
You've never seen a semicolon?
So like.
I've seen semicolons. I've never seen it used in this context.
That's all. That's how it's always used in this
When your sentence
Interesting.
could have ended, but you choose to just keep speaking without any word to link the clauses, you use a semicolon.
So semicolon is essentially just a soft period,
Yeah.
where any place you would use a period, but you don't want that harsh of like a stop. You use a semicolon.
Mm.
Whereas with a comma, you need a conjunction.
I love grammar.
Dude, I read the what is it? What's that book? There's that vampire book that I read in freshman year.
I don't know.
I got it right here. Let me find. Where is it? Fuck, all my books.
Oh shit!
The Deluxe Transitive Vampire, the ultimate handbook of grammar for the innocent, the eager, and the doomed.
That's amazing. Oh my god.
That's like, it got 14-year-old me to look at grammar.
That is such a good book idea.
So it's like, yeah, let's look at an example. Let's flip open.
Let's hang out with
Oh man,
baby.
who and whom?
Whomst. What do they say about whomst?
Can
I
I
try
not
to
do
find-
anything because of exams?
Probably not. You can study. Go study. Go drink your potion and then study.
Study. Yep.
Words, nouns, verbs, verbals. Fuck verbals. All my homies hate verbals. Adjectives and adverbs,
Course.
pronouns, agreements, phrases, clauses, fragments, places, and runoffs. Alright,
Remember, you're just skipping
155.
dialogue.
He's already seen this dialogue. It's just the nurse feeding him poison.
Oh, okay. Oh man, I really thought it was a social link for a second.
Now the most exciting part.
Oh shit, yeah, what's gonna
The-
come out of your ass?
Bathroom gotcha.
What are you gonna scoop off
Why?
the bathroom floor?
Yo.
Commas, places, runoffs. Two independent clauses sometimes try to cohabit a sentence and to lend a touch of decorum for their mothers, the neighbors, or a green card. Slip a sliver of a Slip a sliver of a comma between them
Fahim, have
without
you
the
gotten any
necessary
rancid
link or
gravy from
coordinating
the bathroom?
conjunction. Yet, as if to acknowledge that the comma weren't decorum enough, they often invite another word to come between them as a chaperone, such as this, another, there, or it to begin the second clause. Instead of a comma, period, or semicolon will make sense of this coupling. Possible solutions. Insert a semicolon between two independent clauses, especially when they're closely related. Separate them with a period, making two complete sentences. them in a subordinate conjunction to link, thus created dependent clause with independent or main clause. So this would be a sentence splice. One type of protagonist is looking for himself at the bottom of every river, comma, another type is looking for love. In order to correct that, you would put in a semicolon. One type of protagonist is looking for himself at the bottom of every river, semicolon. Other type is looking for love. Or you could turn the first phrase into a dependent clause, allowing for the comma. While one type of protagonist is looking for himself at the bottom of every river, comma, another type is looking for love. They had a fatal attraction. It was based on the myth of Sisyphus and the love of Harpo Marx. One way to find a sweetheart is to put an ad in the paper, comma, another is to wait and see what the cat drags in. Wrapped herself up in an enigma. There was no other way to keep warm. Little fawns are. So yeah, it's teaching sentence with a bunch of flowery Victorian language. And like
Quiz
illustrations of like vampires and titties.
Why don't they actually let you play a quiz game?
Oh my god, I just found my favorite image.
Show it.
How the fuck have I...
Morning sun is so refreshing. Ooh. Explosion. Yeah, maybe.
Private Robert, there's the road shadows.
What a. Dude, there's just like weird shit happening in this town. It's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, fucking explosions. Ghosts. This weirdo. Establish. This might. No.
Feudalism. Ah.
Feudalism. I don't know the history of China. The law served as a foundation for development of feudalism. Any guesses, guys?
Man. I didn't have a freshman year textbook on China.
The class that I would have learned a lot about China in, I unfortunately dropped after the first class to pick up a video class.
Okay, Google. Which law served as a foundation for the development of feudalism?
On the website lparchive.org, they say, what law served as a foundation for the development of feudalism? The Condé Nine and Shizai Hao.
Wow, nice.
Condé Nine and Shizai. Okay. There you
The
go.
fact that it said LP Archive guarantees that was from a Persona walkthrough.
I wanted to point that out as well. Like, this matters in history not because it actually was what it was, but because of Persona 3.
Matt, check out meme spam.
Okay. I'm not convinced that that single law led to the development of feudalism, by the way. I feel like that feudalism occurred in many places.
Yeah, but remember, you're like a junior in high school.
Okay, cool.
So.
The rat shot the pizza
Yeah, my boy Junpei.
That's sick.
Dude, that's the most New York thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Dude, Look how hard it's trying to reach the trigger, and yet you know it will succeed.
And I like how it's aiming down, like he has it, like
Dude,
like the pizza chef on the ground, like
Nobody
being
wants to
some like
hang.
140-degree Brooklyn-style slice of pizza is just being devoured, burning the shit out of this rat who has put the smoking gun down. The smoking gun cooling, still not as hot as the pizza slice that was taken right out of the street corner.
Oh wait.
It was
oh
told
yeah,
to
go
me
study, nerd.
told to me by
Study?
a New York friend of mine named Sean Boneri that
Where do I
if the
even
pizza
study?
doesn't burn
At
the
the
hell
library.
out of your hands and mouth, it's not the New York pizza
I can get one
experience.
more pip. Alright.
Man, does he like have an infinite supply of this, or are you the only kid coming to get it every day?
He just makes new one like every time.
Rancid gravy, rancid gravy, rancid gravy. Come on. Rancid gravy.
Yo.
Your condition has become good. Is that an actual mechanic?
Apparently, if you feel sick or tired, office, you can go to the bathroom and not be sick or tired anymore.
Wow. That makes the tired mechanic not matter at all for the protagonist character, but it'll still affect the companions because you can't teach them to go to the bathroom.
Well, it's random. Like, I've had that fail several times. It's very lucky that it worked twice in a row.
Oh, I see. Cool.
I think this is the first time I've studied in the library.
You managed to solve a difficult problem.
What the hell? The phone. Oh shit. Path is now open. Thanks, Liz.
I would like that to be voice acted.
They have very weird. I mean, they introduced Fuka with a cutscene, which is cool. But then they have that weird bath thing. That was
Dude, how
cutscene.
funny was it to listen to Nanako roast the shit out of Fuka? Gonna dance.
Yo, what up, Junpei?
Do you have an order for me, boss? Whatever.
Whatever.
Ugh,
Can you believe this?
dude, I would
Guy.
kick Junpei's ass. That man is low
Alright.
tier.
Why does he go from the bottom?
Train routes.
Maybe. Let's see. Quiz game? No quiz game.
Game panic.
Let's just go clubbing instead.
Oh yeah, go hang out with the old drunk monk.
I love
Yeah,
that character.
that'd be. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's you. Little chowder penis.
Dude, at what point does he just like pull a gun out of that robe and slide it across the table?
Will you spend some time with the monk? Yo. What a strange kid.
He says that every single time you hang out.
Oh, told you not to come back here, kids. Ooh. So this monk just goes to the like dance club, smokes a cigar and drinks.
Yeah, and taps his foot real fast. Got a nice habit right there. He's easily
I don't know if I
fascinating.
should be doting. But with the power of Quick save. Came to see you. Alright, let's be doing.
The monk is taken aback.
I don't know if that's correct. Let me double check.
I don't think there's any.
No! What?
Oh! Yo, streaming is.
Oh, thank God. Woo! That was a different save.
TSX2.
PCSX2. Are you back yet? We still just
See, that's hilarious.
You might have to restart your stream or something.
Oh, okay. I fixed it.
Well, good. Okay, thank you.
And now if the fear my son give you a swift kick in the ass. At least show me some respect. Show respect how? You're not too bright. Okay. Never mind. This is so weird. Alright. So I don't want to be doting. Cause he's absolutely chill with me not being doting. But then
Fahim, you know you touched your save, right?
ah, you're right. It's so oh wow, okay. Should be back to normal, right?
Yes.
That's my Buddhist name of her. Mutatsu. That's cool.
Smile.
Gotta show the people respect. You felt kindness behind his harsh words. You understand? Mutatsu-san. Even better.
Hey.
They don't even add son in the text box.
I know, right? The narrator doesn't give a shit about respect. Protagonist could teach him.
The Tower Arcana.
Them.
The tower.
I don't know any patterns in the Tower Arcana confidants.
Um,
Time to sleep. It's
Alright.
interesting how in this game they block a lot of confidants during the last week of exams. They're like, yeah, you should be studying, right?
mm-hmm.
I finally know where the
Tatsu.
magic. Why is the school nurse here to teach us magic?
Because the school's sick. Also, it's underfunded.
Yes.
Wait, doesn't like a very rich organization build this entire school? Isn't this like
No,
the
they built the
Google
whole
school?
They built the whole city, so like all planning groups, least funding goes to the school.
Like, you have the monk. Like, at least in 4 and 5, you have like the respective little shit kid in each game. Of like the kid you tutor and then gun kid.
Yeah.
But what do either of those have to do with drunk old monk man?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Overly arrogant, prejudiced, and authoritarian organizations with like their own ironic demise. Furthermore, it's also generally used as an omen of doom and disaster. So is it just like they're fucking cocky ass motherfuckers? So it's like an
Megaton.
arrogance.
Interesting.
Gnosticism.
Arrogance is typically an immature trait. I don't know if Mutatsu's arrogant, but he does certainly lecture you. But I think the game tries to convince you that it's like good for you and like a nice happy thing, and you just are happy to listen.
What's my status right now? I'm good.
Tower Arcana personas are usually mythological figures that were once heroic or well loved, but have since fallen from grace. Alternatively, the personas represent deities associated with destruction, righteousness, or otherwise.
So would it be that, like, say, if you left the gun kid and the tutor kid to their own devices, they would end up like the old monk in like 50 years?
It's
Are those
hard
both
to
tower?
imagine. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all tower.
So if you were to leave shit kids to be shit kids, their cockiness would grow until it falls and they're disgraced. Because like the monk is like post the fall from grace of, like, he was once respected, but he's no longer respected because he's a drunk shithead.
Yeah. Is he like the...
I'm so
inverse of
behind on
tower?
academics.
You know how the cards have like an opposite side?
Yeah, the
Maybe that's the ages between the two. I mean, who gives a shit?
so deep. I don't fucking know tarot. I'm just a weeb. I don't.
The tarot's pretty weeby.
Tarot, yeah. You don't have to be into anime to be into tarot.
Yeah, you certainly don't. But like before there even was anime weavery, there was definitely tarot weavery.
Yeah. But that also goes along with, I mean, all the stuff that Persona has to deal with, like, especially Persona, like, all the way back to Persona 1, of, like, the occult and, like, urban legends and, like, summoning demons and, like, different forms, like, of both, like, Eastern and Western schools of philosophy.
Yes.
And it's like, that's all some nerdy ass shit.
Yes, right. I love the Persona brain and soul juice, right? It is really the clash of like the Carl Jung tarot philosophy filtered through so many different cultural histories, then made into a Japanese game, then localized into English. Like,
Yeah.
it is a work of culture for sure.
Da, 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 da.
I like the Persona 5 persona of the oh shit. It was the West Virginia monster or something that was pretty
Mothman.
Mothman, yeah.
Damn.
Although Mothman's been around.
He's hard to figure out. Okay, gotta be straightforward with it. True friendship is seen through the heart, kid, not the eyes. People always want something in a relationship. They only really love themselves. You don't call someone who doesn't like you your friend, do you? No, you don't.
That's not true. Have you seen most of my S-links?
Because you know you don't get from them, right? I've seen this from
Oh, you are getting signed from them, though. You're getting Persona EXP.
Yeah.
Fuck, he's right.
The end, the lonely road is lost, kid. You're the only one left standing there. But you see those dames over there on the dance floor? She can bring one of them over. I'll be your friend in return, eh? What do you think? I get the
narrator
XP.
should be commenting on how the protagonist is simply not going to the dance floor and not entertaining.
Nah,
this
it's
chick
just
at all.
like protag knows that there's a lot of heat surrounding the smoking that's going on in the boys' bathroom, so he just needs to get here to get secondhand just nicotine.
Yep. Upping
'Cause
his
he
smoke
knows that
profits.
He knows the student council is going to be more diligent during exam week, so he's just going to the club. Oh, there goes Pat. He's fucking dead.
A
It's
day of studying a
schlepping.
monk and then studying.
Yo, I'm
Nice.
smart.
Wow, you got smart just in time.
However, I'm dumb. Now I'm gonna get brain fatigue from
What
studying.
was I saying?
Maybe you'll
Something
have a
about
lucky
something.
bathroom break.
Man, you
It's
still need to.
actually recommended to not study as like the thing you do before night, the thing you do before you go to bed, but to actually, well, don't learn any new material, review material before you go to bed, but learn new material like as soon as you wake up.
Wow, I'm never gonna do that, but that's cool.
Apparently, like some psychologist is like, instead of like you know how you like do homework, assumingly after you get home.
Yeah.
Fuck doing that. Just relax when you get home, and then set your alarm like 3 to 4 hours or however many hours you need to do your homework before going to class. So wake up at that amount of time and just do your homework then, and it'll be like
I did that pretty often.
infinitely different
Yeah.
than what you're doing currently.
Over my last few school years, I definitely did that really, really often.
Nah.
And if there's anything that would like take you longer than the 3 or 4 hours that you block out, it's something that you would have been stuck on indefinitely and needed office hours or a teacher's help on anyway. So it's really not that big of a deal if you don't quite finish it.
It's nice that they're also giving you a lot of in-class things to give you little int boosts.
Yeah.
No, none of these are imp boosts. These are
they're
all
all
charm.
charm. I forgot. Lol.
It's really dumb.
Well, that means they're just all going to be
on.
on the exam, so I hope you're paying attention.
Yeah.
Who also knows the word of? You don't look like anything like a samurai, but let's see if you know this one. Wow. Thanks, Mr. Uno.
Imagine
Oh, man.
up to answer a question.
I gotta watch more samurai movies.
What title did Tara
I have
know?
I have an entire fucking like anthology Criterion collection of samurai film.
Okay, so Google. What title did Taira no Masakado claim for himself?
Definitely Imperial Prince.
Prince.
Yeah.
On the website lparchive.org, they say
LP Archive?
Shogun? Is it gonna be Shogun? Or is it gonna be on the exam?
Imperial Prince.
I feel like
but it. Go on.
No, because Imperial Prince sounds like it would be in Japan, you know, a proper word like Shogun or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like the direct translation seems off, so it's usually the answer.
Yeah, so like it seems useless to us because it's just like
you're calling someone Prince that's Imperial, like that's implied. It's Prince, you know.
Yeah,
ooh,
it's like
I have a phone.
Isn't Shogun popularly understood?
Why did anyone text me?
People call you all the time.
Oh, you're right that they do call me, but I didn't realize
they had text.
These are basically the same phones as in Persona 4.
Matt, can you vouch for me that when we were in like fucking 2014, watching the Persona 5 like teasers, I was like, man, you know, it'd be really tight if they gave you like a smartphone, so you can like call your like party members, so you can hang out with them instead of having to walk around and find them yourself.
Yes, exactly. that
and then it came true, and then I just didn't use that. And then I decided, man, fast traveling is stupid. I'm gonna walk to everyone.
Yes.
Well, you didn't request specifically for fast travel. You're
no, I asked for you to be able to text people so then they could come to you. Instead, you got your text box spammed.
Yeah, it's weird that the protagonist can only reply.
Yeah, you can never initiate. Because I was expecting like a Catherine system, where like you have like
Oh, that I don't know why they didn't do it. I guess there'd be too many texts to compose across the whole cast.
yeah. Time to dump.
Potion and dump. As Saruchi.
I can't believe you made Yukari wait while you took a shit twice during the Buka dungeon.
Oh, I did that all the
I
time.
can't believe they have dialogue for like. Oh, I didn't get it this time. Oof.
Hey Mitsuru.
They have dialogue for when you do it twice. And she's like, "You're pulling my leg, aren't you?"
Yeah. It's
I had that shit when I was like going through the like Kamoshida arc in Persona 5, and you're like walking around with Ryuji and you go take like a piss and he's like, "Yo, yeah, that's smart. We gotta make sure our bladders are empty before we do our stuff."
yes. Absolutely.
And so you take a piss with your homie. You're like, "Yo."
You heard the fly unzip behind the wall on the other side of the urinals. It's like, yep. Just pissing with the boys.
What are you
What?
doing?
Before we go on, I'd like to ask Mitsuru Senpai something.
What?
You probably should have asked this in private, bitch.
Yeah, so public call out.
Since I've joined, so many things have happened.
True.
I went along with it without really understanding what was going on. But now I need to know.
She's like,
I'm gonna ask you straight out. You've been hiding something from us, haven't you, Senpai?
Yeah, call out.
You don't know anything about the Dark Hour in Tartarus. But they're related to that accident 10 years ago, aren't they?
Why don't you ask Shuji too?
What accident?
There was an explosion near our school, and a lot of people died. It must have been big news back then. You know about it, don't you?
"Sure."
Yes. Luckily, no students were injured.
But
Around the same time, a large number of students were recorded as absent. Seems like more than just a coincidence.
uh-huh.
What do you mean? I dug up some old school records and found something interesting. The students who were
Bitch.
absent, they all collapsed suddenly and had to be hospitalized. Sound familiar? You know, like the girls who bullied Fuka. There has to be an explanation. What really happened on the day of that accident? The Kirijo group built our school, so you must know something. Tell me the truth.
Darting heads.
I wasn't trying to hide anything from you. It just never seemed relevant. But
It's okay. It's not your fault.
Yeah, why are you playing with Suru and not like the adult
Yeah.
in the room?
I'll tell
Yeah,
you
that
the
makes
whole
no
story.
sense.
She's like, "I got it."
Mysterious abilities. Some research indicates that they can even affect time.
Does
and
Shuji
space.
take orders from Mitsuru now?
We think of them as our enemies, but what if we could somehow use them to our advantage? They would be a source of unimaginable power, wouldn't they?
Huh?
What?
Nani?
Nani?
The fuck?
14 years ago, one man pursued that line of thinking. He was the former leader of the Kirijo group, Koetsu Kirijo. My grandfather.
Let's go.
Whoa.
Anime! Oh god, Ikutsu.
He looked awful.
What the fuck is that?
Dude, I want a screen cap of that. He looked so long.
He wanted to harness their power and create something extraordinary.
Harness their power?
He assembled a team of scientists and over several years collected a significant number of shadows.
I mean,
Damn, that's freaking crazy.
That's
that's
freaking
freaking crazy.
10 years ago, during the final stages of the experiment, they lost control of the shadow's power. Consequently, the nature of the world was altered.
You mean?
Yes, Tartarus and the Dark Hour.
Gasp. That was such a.
That shit that you already know exists.
By their account, the mass of shadows they collected split into several large ones that then dispersed. These are the shadows we've been encountering on nights when the moon is full.
Is that why they've appeared in different places? Wait a minute. If what you said is true, then why did our school turn into Tartarus?
It is pretty convenient.
Don't tell me.
Don't
That's
tell
what
me.
conducted the experiment?
We needed children.
Maybe.
Yes,
We,
Then those students who were hospitalized.
I'm afraid it's just as you're thinking. Port Island must have been an ideal location for them. It was a highly populated area, and the Kirijo group had influence there. They could do as they pleased. As you guessed, the experiment 10 years ago was conducted at Gekukan High School.
Don't drink the tap water.
This is like Ava 2.
Yeah.
All we've been doing is cleaning up their mess?
Yeah.
yes.
You lied to us?
No.
You knew, too, didn't you, Senpai? They've just been using us.
Tell her.
They not care as long as you get to fight.
That's not true. I have my reasons.
Think what you'd like. It was my decision not to share that information.
Akihiko has some sort of past?
He has
What?
reasons.
Convincing you to join C's.
And
was
it's
my
not
highest
just that he's been
priority.
waiting for this.
As absurd as it may seem, only we, with our personas, can fight the shadows.
How could you?
Shut the fuck up.
Besides, some of us were never given a choice.
What choice did we have, really?
Mitsuru, don't.
Yukari, it's those in the past who are to blame. And they lost their lives as a result of what they did. We're all in the same boat here. None of us deserve the burden that's been thrust upon us.
But
It's been 10 years since that incident. No
Face.
one-
Incident.
Why did they do that?
That's because of widescreen and the emulator.
But since they're active, at least we can find and destroy them. Do you realize what this means? What if I told you that those 12 shadows are the cause of everything?
Then if we defeat them all, Tartarus and the Dark Hour will disappear?
Exactly. That's what I was going to tell you earlier. See, it's good news.
But you interrupted me, bitch.
Oh, the
Yes.
Shoko Bazooka.
I mean, it's important. I'm like, yeah.
Now, our true battle begins.
Your true battle.
What's happened in the past? We must fight to protect the people. The shadows are gaining strength. We can't afford to just wait for them.
This voice is so
And there are many
strange.
mysteries still surrounding Tartarus. Why did such
There are many mysteries still surrounding Tartarus.
It's like he's
The answers
reading
must lie
an encyclopedia in the Codex in Mass Effect or something.
Well, that was awkward.
Yeah, that was really
Wow.
awkward.
Hey, here's your exposition dump.
12 shadows.
Kutsuki is like, yeah.
Power is immense. Far greater than yada yada yada. Gremlins.
Why? It is
Dividing
so
the
weird he
entity
doesn't
into
talk
12
about that at
shadows.
all.
Ooh.
Damn. Wanna put you in a trance.
How the
Body,
Republic
boogie if you want it. Hurt nobody at the body, retreat or hurt nobody. Say hey, hey.
Yeah, the issue was
Yeah.
someone like hurt an income. They chose him even though he was a victim himself. Hey. Ooh.
See, again. Yukari is right, but the way in which she goes about asking these questions
It's like the
is
most
like,
embarrassing way to ask, and like I don't know how this adult in the room just lets it become this personal beef between Yukari and Mitsuru. Shut the fuck
why
up.
so
Shut
confident. Thank
I'm
you,
just
Fuka.
like,
Fuka, you're rising up the ranks.
I don't think we tell you this. We can't go to Tartarus today. Understand what's going on. I'm going to review it with. But if you defeat Torture, I won't leave any more for. Man, such an amazing prayer. Can't let it go to waste.